Oi Savalois! Here I am doing a video requested by Sansyy, if I'm pronouncing that right, pretty sure I am. And I assume a few other silent people who would also like this kind of video too. So here you go. Also, I'm sorry it took so long. College may be a bit, tiny little bit distracting, you know. This is a video all about pre-planning, the harder heist that you scrubs can't handle. And that was a message from Stewie. Yeah, the guy who inspired me to make the first video. So yeah, I hope everyone finds this follow-up guide useful, and at the end of the video will be a sort of continuation to the previous video's fastest way to level up in stealth, which will expand further past Golden Grin with that strategy, as well as a new strategy that I found that works pretty well for me at least, giving me an infamy every few hours maybe, if I set my mind to it. Essentially 2 or 3 infamy levels a day if you're persistent and dedicated. I also want to thank the incredible response that I got in the last video, with at the time of recording 6,000 views and almost 200 likes. Thank you, genuinely. It means a lot to me that I can help everyone during this pandemic with a guide for one of my favourite games. So thank you, again, for your response, and I hope that this video can help you in the same way. And with that being said, let's get into it. We shall start off with Golden Grin. To us, Stewie and I, it's one of the easier ones. It doesn't earn enough and it's pretty straightforward, you know? That's a direct quote from the Stew Dog. I typically go for the pre-plan that is shown to you on screen. I like the guitar placement because it's relatively easy to get back to grab the sleeping gas if you forget, which, trust me, has happened a lot to me. It's embarrassing really. The spotter is there for security around the guitar case. For the inventory items, disabling the metal detector is a good shout, so you can walk right through into the back area, a place where you'd be spending the majority of your time anyway. And you should also bring the vault keychain, so you can access everywhere in the back area without going outside, and so that you can get all the money faster than if you were to drill it. Now for the main area, body bags are a nice little commodity, in case you run out yourself, or if you kill civvies. Spy cams are also a luxury, so you don't have to mark the guards yourself. And finally we have Heartbreaker Annie, which will move the briefcase with the reg number on it to the VIP area, which is very convenient, and which is easily accessible through the women's restroom. It's big, it's dank, and it's one of the best banks. It's obviously frame and frame. I have 2 different ways to do day 1, one being regular stealth with 3 spy cams and the roof access van, which is pretty straightforward to understand. Spy cams to mark the guards and the van to maneuver on the roof. The other pre-plan is the ECM rush, it's just 3 spy cams. Day 2 is pretty easy, so you don't have to worry about that. On day 3, the pre-plan will be the following: 3 spy cams for the exact same reason as literally every other heist. And the bag shortcut, if you have 2 people that are well coordinated, that could work very well. Because sometimes it's very risky to do on solo, due to the guards wandering about. Just sitting idly waiting for the thing to load. Oh, there we go. Now for the true big dank bank. A bank like no other. The benevolent bank. We have a key for a door leading towards the van and a poisoned cake just above it. The cake being used to negate one of the guards from roaming about and detecting you, possibly. And putting less stress on you, the player. Body bags are there so you can kill a little bit more often, you know, in the heist. In case you need to rid yourself of a few civs that are pesky, or to bag the guards in the vault. The keycard is used to knock out the vault lasers so you can roam freely between the 2 main sites, areas, I guess you could say. The other keycard will be on the desk that you will have to hack for the code. One of those desks, you know, at the front where you have to hack it for the vault code, yeah, you know. I recommend you get this keycard before you hack while in casing mode at the start of the level, since it will be far easier. Trust me, I've done it before. Done it without it. It's definitely easier. And finally, the time lock glitch routine is useful as it just knocks off a little bit of time from your heist. 30 seconds. It's pretty good, to be honest. The diamond. Oh, so easy to steal. The glass cutter is very useful to get all the loot, which does give you more experience, I believe. Don't quote me on that. I don't need to go through the spy cams again, but I will talk about the yellow one, that is an additional camera that can only be seen from the security room when looking at the cameras. It is a camera only to be used by heisters, so don't worry about the guards spotting you with it. The body bags are for the same reason as before, and the bag drop-off point is so you can secure the loot in an easier, more accessible place. Hector's bad. Yeah, I'm never doing that again. This is rather a simple day, as it is literally just a bank heist with a twist. Bring one spy cam and a vault key so you can access the door in case there is one, which is most likely if you do not high difficulty. So seems to be a very high chance apparently. The keycard is the most notable thing, as you will need to open the door to the electrical switch to turn off the power before you start drilling the vault. Use the other keycard from the manager on the security room to disable the cameras. Time for one of my favourite loud heists, Beneath the Mountain. I really enjoy this heist. So yeah, it's that and Birth of Sky, I should say. I should shut up now. I also have two different variations for this heist, one being under Death Wish and one being for one down and death sentence. I was so close to saying one down on its own just because I'm an OG player. Oh. The under Death Wish pre-plan has 2 ammo bags in the following locations, as well as 1 doctor bag. The one down pre-plan has the opposite, 2 doctor bags and 1 ammo bag. And finally, the most recent heist to make it in the heist selection in Payday 2. I personally prefer the boat entrance since it's really easy to access the main portion of the house, as well as quickly find the stairs where the body bag case is. The spy cam is placed there for convenience. The courtyard is also a pretty good place to put it, in case you ever want to roam freely there. And that's it for the Preplanning. Stay a little bit longer for the rest of the previous video on how to level up past Golden Grin. I butchered loads of that. I'm surprised I even got through this voice recording, to be honest. This is... You know what, just enjoy it. That's all I can say. Hello again. I see that you've come to see how to get level 100 using my strategy in the previous Payday video. Firstly, you should know that I have created a slightly different, more effective strategy, but don't worry, I'll tell you that way too. In the last video, I showed Diamond Store, Frame and Frame, and Golden Grin, which gets you around level 60-70, depending on your Infamy bonus. Continuing what I did in the last video, showing you how to do the heists, would take up a little too much time than I have. So, I will give you a basic representation of the heist and what to aim for, instead of the entire breakdown of the heist. I don't want to go into too much detail about this continuation, as I would like to show you a different, more effective strategy, so I won't give semantics like what level you should be or how fast you can finish the heists, because that is entirely based on your Infamy level and skill. So without further ado, here are my tips. After Golden Grin, you'll want to go for Election Day for the 20% stealth bonus, then head over to Big Bank and complete that. Preferably with all the loot, as it definitely does give you more experience. I've tested it. I understand that it is hard to get all the loot out, so hope for a downstairs vault and clear the cafeteria, including the guard, so leave a pager if you can, with the loading bay door open, so you can easily secure that loot. You don't have to do this, but I recommend it. It also may include a variation of 3 to 5 body bags, depending on the amount of civilians inside, so beware of that. After you have done Big Bank, you may want to do that same cycle again if you want to get level 100 as quickly as possible, or if you can't stomach doing the same 2 heists over and over again, back to back. Add a bit of variety in there. Firestarter and the Diamond are great examples, as they both give good experience, but ultimately it is down to you what heist you would like to do. However, this strategy is repetitive, and the game thinks so too, so beware of the dreaded experience reduction. Now on to my preferred strategy that I use to go infamous a few times per day, if I want to. I can do it so fast because I am above Infamy 25, so I have the full 205% Infamy bonus, which makes it incredibly fast. Trust me, it is humongous. It is amazing. However, since I am pressed for time, I shall sum this up quickly and put a nice little reference on screen to help. My revised strategy starts in a very similar way, notably Diamond Store being first, then Hoxton Revenge, as they are both very easy, at least to me. They usually get me level 50, Then as a fun little extra, I added First World Bank for another quick 1 million XP to get me about level 60, to which I am then suited for the Big Dank Bank. Diamond Store to First World Bank usually takes me around 40 minutes to an hour if I have done them first try with every last bit of loot. Rats is then next, and I know it's not a stealth heist, which is why I like to do it on Mayhem instead of Death Sentence, as it is just overkill with a higher spawn rate and high rewards. It's very easily defended in my opinion. This usually gets me much further up the level ladder to around 85, I think. Frim and Frim and the Big Dank Bank is a deadly combination that gives me up to 6 million experience, I believe, climbing me back up to level 98, around about 95 to 99. And if I need to, I will do Firestarter, or the Diamond, or First World Bank, to get me that last extra little bit to a level of 100. And just a little note before the video ends, I also collect every single gauge package I can physically pick up, with Chains' big strong arms, which gives me another little XP bonus, I believe. If not, that's just extra weapon mods. Then I go Infamous and do it all again. This usually takes me around 2, 3, maybe 4 hours. I lose track of time pretty easily, so it's... yeah. So with that finally out in the open, I hope it helps you, and I hope it was worth the watch. Thank you for watching. Farewell. Peace be upon you. I don't know what else to say apart from that. Goodbye.